sir. Let's go fight.
Todd, I can't believe the crowd's reception to Nick Newell. It was absolute pandemonium as they were saying his name. I could hardly hear us.
He is a crafty fighter. Nick Newell in the yellow trunks, Tommy Marcelino in the black and gray. Straight up, how do you prepare for a fighter like Nick Newell and what he can bring with the absence of that left forearm?
You know, I talked to Nick about that. He was a college wrestler, he's a high school star, and I said to him, hey, what's this like? And he said, Chael, offensively I've had to change a little bit, but he said defensively so many people will reach for that arm, and when it's not there, it causes them more problems than it's ever caused me.
Nick Newell with an impressive professional record, 12-1. His one loss coming from the defeat at the hands of the champion, Justin Gaethje, and immediately they connect in the corner. Marcelino comes out firing Newell, working that right hand and punishing Tom Marcelino. Now he's got him up against the corner.
Great hooks. He had anger in those punches, Todd.
Sure work, guys.
Over-under position. Newell coming over the top.
Newell's got a single.
He's very strong here. He's very strong in this position, but he's got to get his hips in and his head up. Right now his head's out. He's not going to be able to secure this. He's fighting himself in a half guillotine here. As of right now, this is a battle of whoever can get their head higher fastest is going to win. As long as Nick Newell's head is down, he's not going to be able to do any damage to Marcelino. Marcelino on this guillotine with Newell inside control. As soon as Nick starts to have any kind of trouble, he will just begin to hand fight. Until he's hand fighting, it's a good sign that a fighter's not in jeopardy. And now Newell's in a spot to deliver some pretty good ground and pound. Marcelino's got to scramble from
here we go. And look how fast he's turned the tables. Nick Newell's got the guillotine in deep.
Now Marcelino is trapped here, but he's doing what we call hand fighting. He's grabbing the hand that's giving him the problem. He's pulling down on it to make sure that he can breathe. And now he's given up hand fighting. That's usually a sign that a fighter's in trouble, and Nick Newell transitions. He's now in a full mount. Okay, now he's going to look for an armbar, Todd. He's got the arm secured. The question is, can he stretch it out? Marcelino needs to step both legs over the head and come to the other side of Nick Newell's body. He's got one leg over. I think he's confused by the position because he's not taking himself all the way to where he needs to be. Good shot there by Marcelino.
Tom Marcelino coming up with 30 seconds left in round number 1, taking full advantage of this opportunity to rain down some of those sharp elbows and punches. And we will go to a second round of the lightweight division. Nick Newell and Tom Marcelino when we return. Good fight underway here in the second round of this lightweight bout between Nick Newell in the black and yellow trunks. So the only thing that Nick Newell could say about his performance in round 1 is his ground and pound was a little off. And once again, Marcelino goes for that guillotine. Does not look to be in deep enough as Newell looks to defend it.
It's really interesting, Todd. Marcelino keeps on getting his arms in the right spot, but then his legs are in the wrong spot. He's giving up position. And when the judges are scoring a fight on the 10-9 must system, you must pay attention to position. Newell's on top, but he's not doing anything with it. Marcelino needs to give up on this guillotine and just scramble his hips out and look to improve his position. At the end of the day, Todd, he is in a fist fight, and he is yet to throw a punch. I talked to two-time NCAA champion Nick Gizwowski yesterday, and he told me, he said, listen, Tom Marcelino can wrestle, but even better than that, he can box. So far in this fight, we just haven't seen Marcelino on his feet long enough to really get that going.
Marcelino trying to fend off that left arm of Nick Newell. If you're just joining us, Newell, a young man that was born with congenital amputation, that one arm not fully developed past his elbow, and he has not let that stop him. Newell is trying to figure out this Rubik's Cube that is Tom Marcelino and find a way to get another submission.
Todd, I'm kind of blown away with the strength of Nick Newell, and I'm wondering if that is a little bit due to the disability, that he had to favor the one arm more and get it twice as strong. But that's what it looks like. Even when they were on his feet and he was throwing those hooks, they were so powerful. And right here, I mean, in Nick Newell's, the pound part of this ground and pound, he is missing a little bit. He even said that himself, but the ground and able to keep his opponent Marcelino here, he's really quite remarkable. Here he's got both legs trapped. He's stretching his opponent out. I mean, Marcelino, until he can get control of his legs, he has no chance of standing up or finding a submission.
Right. Under a minute to go here, round number 2. This one's scheduled for 3 in the lightweight division. World Series of Fighting 24 from Mashantucket, Connecticut. Nick Newell there in the black and yellow trunks taking on Tom Marcelino. And the patience of Big Dan Mergliata goes only so far. He wants to see the action pushed, and so he stands both fighters up. Wise call.
Whoa.
No.
Wait a second.
10 seconds.
No, make a call here.
This is the 3rd and final round at the conclusion of what was an odd situation. Usually there is a clap noise or a hitting of the table with 10 seconds to go, and inadvertently the bell was hit with 10 seconds to go. So Chael Sonnen did the math correctly, cracked out his abacus. That round was only 4 minutes and 50 seconds.
Newell lunging forward here. Marcelino really needs to let those hands go.
Yep. Nick Newell right now seems a little bit out of rhythm, not the same pace that we normally see from him.
Oh, what's happening here? Marcelino's taking his back. I would encourage Marcelino to let those hands go, get some ground and pound, try to rack a few points up. But this is a bit of a surprise that he ended up in this position. Marcelino holding this position, but he's going to have to advance it. This is a really great opportunity, whether it's knees, whether it's fists, whether it's a possible elbow to try to score a few points here. He's going to lose the position. That's very clear.
And this is one of those fights where you could make a case for either guy in round number 1. 2 and 3 have turned into somewhat of stalemates, and someone's going to be disappointed at the end of this 3rd and final round.
Hey, they don't go K-Flow a genius for nothing, Tom.
It's not just about the hair.
That's right. They're not just handing those titles out.
Coming up on 2.5 minutes to go, one of these fighters needs to get busy in a hurry as Dan Mergliata looks on. His patience has shown that he does not like slow and steady. Tom continues Marcelino with the hammer fist and the elbows.
This is a weird position. I don't know how the judges are going to score this. On one hand, Newell is on top. On the other hand, he's not only not doing any damage from here, he can't do anything. He's caught in the guillotine.
Now the head is down low, and as Chael Sonnen has pointed out on multiple occasions, whoever's head is higher is winning the fight.
Marcelino's got his hands locked and his legs now.
That is it. That is, oh, is he tapping?
Well, I think he was signifying he's okay, but he's lying. He's not okay.
He's pushing up. He was doing a tapping motion. Thank you for not stopping the fight, Dan Mergliata.
Great job by our referee, Dan Mergliata.
Didn't it look like he was doing a tapping motion?
At
and you know what I'm talking about.
At 2 different times, it looked as though he was signaling for the referee. And great job by Nick Newell, because that was tight.
Sitting on the ground, trying to put a guillotine on Nick Newell and watching TV is not the winning way. They put him back to their feet for the final 54 seconds. Nick Newell's got to go. He has got to go, Chael.
Yeah, this is a very interesting one. Todd, I mean, this really is a problem for the referees. Now, it's situations like this where Marcelino gets into a dominant position, but then he's not doing enough with it. He chooses to strike from bad positions and let these good ones go, and I'm a little confused by it. And should this go to a decision, he may not like what the referees have to say.
Marcelino working the elbows. Now he postures up. Now the hammer fists begin to rain down.
Yeah, they are. Good shot to the body.
Beautiful up kick, and Marcelino says, bring some more. Final 10 seconds.
Judges David Ginsburg, Eric Colon, and Suzanne Sinadad all score this fight 29-28. For your winner, Notorious Nick Newell!